This week on The Week Ahead, the Obama administration reaches new heights on reported financial lows. Plus, we analyze the history of money in America from the beginning. Welcome to The Week Ahead. I'm Frank McCaffrey. Talk about financial turbulence. S&P has recently downgraded our credit score. China has denounced the dollar. Unemployment remains very high, and the stock market has taken a huge hit. President Barack Obama is hinting at more taxes. Here's a clip from the president's recent announcement.
On Friday, we learned that the United States received a downgrade by one of the credit rating agencies. Not so much because they doubt our ability to pay our debt if we make good decisions, but because after witnessing a month of wrangling over raising the debt ceiling, they doubted our political system's ability to act. The markets, on the other hand, continue to believe our credit status is AAA. The fact is, we didn't need a rating agency to tell us that we need a balanced, long-term approach to deficit reduction.
For more on this chaos, we're joined by Americans for Limited Government President Bill Wilson. Bill, is now the time to be talking about taxing and spending at all?
Now is certainly not the time to be making jokes or parroting hackneyed talking points from your PR specialist about raising taxes. You know, President Obama loves to say he wants a balanced approach. That has become shorthand for raise taxes. And it really doesn't matter where you raise taxes. It is the government taking more money out of the private economy to spend on its wasteful programs and boondoggles. That's all it is. They don't need more money. They don't need more taxes. They need to tackle the spending problem. And if they could prove that they actually were serious about cutting spending and not reducing the rate of growth or any of the other accounting tricks and gimmicks they use, then you might find the American public willing to look at broad-based tax reform and eliminating some loopholes and looking at the overall revenue picture. But right now, on their say-so, no, I'm sorry. The government, both parties have no credibility on this issue. If you want to talk about revenue, first prove you're willing to cut. In a real sense, absolute terms, reduce your spending. Period.
Okay, now let's go back in time. Many American leaders have feared a growing national debt. Here's a quote from President George Washington himself warning against debt in his farewell address. As a very important source of strength and security, cherish public credit, he wrote, avoiding the accumulation of debt. Down the road, a certain president listened. Andrew Jackson fought hard to revamp our financial system, and his administration paid off the national debt. Imagine that, Bill. Our leaders paid off the national debt.
You know, the Democratic Party today likes to pretend that they're the party of Jefferson and Jackson. Well, neither one of those former presidents would have anything to do with the modern Democratic Party. Jefferson believed above all else free speech and the free exchange of ideas. The Democratic Congress never ends looking for ways to restrict, regulate, and censor political speech in this country. So he wouldn't have anything to do with them. And on President Jackson was the one who got rid of the Bank of the United States, run by overseas financial interests, demanded in solid, sound money, and not being in debt. These were fundamental principles of the Jackson administration. And it actually put America on a course to expand throughout the rest of the 19th century.
Another footnote here in keeping with our presidential theme, Thomas Jefferson, our third president, described a growing national debt as swindling futurity on a large scale. And that's all the time we have for The Week Ahead. Please join us again next time.